Hello everyone, it is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, July 22nd. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you some of the names from our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their move. As always, these videos are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we got four names we are looking at today, all individual stocks, all on the long side. Remember, earnings season is what we are in right now, so double check all of your holdings and these ideas to make sure you know when they might report. And if you are interested in our market analysis or you want to see how this fits into our outlook on the broad market generally, then watch yesterday's video on our YouTube channel or on our blog to get the latest insights on the market. Now, with that said, let's jump into our first trade idea for this week, and it is XP. This comes from IBD's IPO watch list or stock list. And if we zoom out here, you can see this is a pretty young issue, IPO'd at the end of 2019. So we basically have still less than 1 year worth of trading history here, but you can see that the stock has really found a bottom here and some demand around these March lows, around that $20, sub $20 level. We saw a nice rally along with the market over the past few months now, and it's simply consolidating just under its all-time highs. This is in the financial services sector. It's not one of my favorite sectors right now, but it is certainly a name that is standing out. We've got this nice consolidation taking place here over the course of the past month. We've got the trend at our back here, trading just under all-time highs. So for XP, I like the setup here. I like the potential setup. It hasn't triggered yet. So of course, we could look at it for two different areas. Generally speaking, you can either play that breakout or that momentum move as it clears above resistance or the prior pivot. So that would be about $50 here. Or you could also take the slightly more risky approach in the sense of there's no confirmation, and you could be looking to accumulate or buy near the range lows here in the lower 40s. Either way, I think it's a good name to keep an eye on. Now, number two is a name that is quite popular right now, probably getting a lot of headline and press on this on the move. And this is a name, though, that I wanted to sort of recirculate here. Traditionally, we try not to show names that are too extended or making big moves. We talked about AMD kind of relentlessly over this consolidation period. I think this was featured in Trade Ideas a couple of times. This was also featured as individual stock trade setups on our Twitter feed and on Stock Twits. So kind of push the limits of being sort of obnoxious here on just pointing out the nice sort of technical consolidation that was taking place. And here we are today with the actual breakout. So this was, of course, highlighted in here. Again, kind of same principles apply. If you're looking for the more aggressive approach with no confirmation, maybe you're starting a position in here or doing something. Of course, everybody has different time frames and strategies, so I don't want to speak too much to that. But of course, today's the day one kind of real breakout, and obviously, you're not really late here in the sense of, I mean, it certainly had a few days higher over the past week, but if you're looking for this 3-month range to continue, then this could just be the start to a multi-week or multi-month move. It's hard to say, obviously. My crystal ball is in the shop, so we'll see if that continues. But when we look here at the weekly pattern, you obviously have very nice price structure here, and it could be, again, that week one breakout. So AMD, like it, coming from IBD's. Actually, this is IBD's list. This is also on our TR150 watch list. So really good move there for AMD. Now, number three comes from our watch list, and actually comes from our long book right here. So I'm going to talk my book on CNC. We do have a position in this name. If you recall, we talked about this name back on the 10th of June. So about a month ago, we talked about this consolidation here right in this general area. And our strategy that we follow, the Merlin trading strategy, ended up getting involved in this name on 629, which was right here, which was this particular bar. Let me highlight it now, where we ended up getting long right at the open. Super favorable fill, of course. Wish they were all just like this, but of course they're not. But this is obviously one that worked nicely in our favor. So we picked it up here on the open, and we did hit our first profit target in the upper 60s. But we still have half of this position on. And the reason this is sort of back here as a trade idea is because I think this is where a lot of people would probably start to take notice of it again as it climbs back to resistance. So this $67 level, it's basically where we were identifying it back here in our first trade ideas video on the 610. And it's back to this level now. It's putting in some good consolidation, some good price structure here. And if it can start to move over 67, clear out all of this prior supply and all of this recent prior all-time highs from early in the year, then I think this has some good leg room up to retest the all-time highs up closer to $75. That's where our second profit target is. That's where we're looking for this stock to go. So we do have a position here. We've scaled half of it off. We have that second half that we're looking for higher prices. Last but not least is MIME. This is Mimecast. It comes from our TR150 watch list as well. And I really, wanted to highlight this because I think you have one of the clearest defined levels of price structure. If there isn't, a large sort of whale sitting, offering out stock at this sub $45 level, then I don't know what this is, but it's almost picture perfect here of just very clean resistance. And if we zoom back here and even look at the fourth quarter of 2019, you can see this was an influential level as well, just under this $45 area. So once again, when we look at this price action here, you just have a very well-defined sideways range, a box, whatever you'd like to call it. As we get back up there, as we test $45 more and more, we should pay attention to it, especially if you're a breakout momentum trader. I think it's an interesting setup to pay attention to. So that is it. That is 4 trade ideas, 2 from IBD's watch list, 2 from our TR150 watch list. You can get access to IBD's list with a link in the description of this video, and you can get more info and access to our watch list with a link in the description of the video as well. So that's it for me. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning in every Wednesday. Trade ideas just like this. We'll be back on Friday for our long-form market recap video.